Hello, my name is Keng Xiong, and this is my testimony. So, I grew up in a Christian home all my life. I actually went to Grace all my life until I joined the military. And my mom would always take me and my siblings to church. But even when she sent us to church, I wasn't fully invested in Christianity yet because I was a little bit skeptical about the Bible and about God. And it was difficult for me to believe in the Bible because there were so many crazy things that were happening. Like there were miracles that were being done by the prophets of God and Jesus. And then, you just turn to like the third page of the Bible and there's a talking snake. Like you don't see all these things too often in life, and you may never see them in your life. So I had to ask myself, is there really proof for God? And is the Bible reliable? Of course, if there is a God, then we can say that the Bible is reliable. So really, the biggest question I had was whether if God existed. And I would ask the church, and they wouldn't give me a acceptable answer. I will say they would just tell me to just believe. But the thing is, that could be applied to anything. Like for example, unicorns. I don't believe in unicorns, but somebody could just tell me to just believe. And I can't just believe in unicorns just because I wish they were true. So, of course, I went through this whole phase of just questioning my faith. And it's not that I was hostile to it too, because I was open. I really was. But it really began when I went to a Christian camp when I was in high school. So this Christian camp was actually outside of our church, a program outside of our church. And I went because my Christian friends from school, they went as well. And it was great. It was. So when I went there, I was placed with a chaperone, and it was a college student that went to Northwestern University, and he was just a regular guy, regular Christian who was just guiding the high school students, really. And we had our debriefs, and during one of our debriefs, for what we learned in the lessons, I asked him, is there any evidence for God? And he did give me it. And it was acceptable for the first time in my life. I heard a acceptable answer. And the thing is, he pointed out to the fine tuning of the universe, and it really got me thinking. So, for example, in the beginning of the universe had to expand at a rate which it couldn't be too fast or it couldn't be too slow. It had to just be perfect. Now, we now know that if the universe expanded too fast, it will rip itself apart and then there will be no universe. But if the expansion of the universe was too slow, it would cave itself in and destroy itself from the gravitational force. And I learned that the chances of the universe expanding at the perfect rate is 1 out of 10 to the 55th power. Crazy. That's a crazy number. So now I know two things in life. I know that I'm here, and I also know that the complexity of the universe held life. So, was I going to put my faith from blind chance, or was I going to put it into God? And for me, I had to really think about it, and I learned that I would really need more faith to believe that there was no God and it was just blind chance that the universe just came to be in the perfect position which it was able to sustain life. And that's when I first initially placed my faith in God. And that was the thing about me, is that I needed absolute proof, right? But the thing is, there's no absolute proof that that life came by itself, really. So now I had to just take a step in faith, really, and just go with what is more reasonable. So we have this false belief that we need everything to be absolute. Like we just need absolute proof. But the problem is that we don't even do that in our life, in our daily life. For example, we don't check that, the mail that is delivered to us is not filled with anthrax, or we don't check the food that we buy at the grocery is poisoned. So there is a problem with having absolute proof in every single time in our lives, and we have to find a healthy way it is uh, where it is acceptable to just believe the words of the people who wrote the Bible. And Richard Swinburne, a scholar, states that there's a 97% chance that Jesus rose from the dead. And the thing is that even though it's not 100%, I'm really just asking you guys to take that leap of faith, take that 97%. Thank you.